Well, this looks like as good a place as any to set up the old beach parasol for a little bit of relaxing with all my anarchist comrades.
Thanks for bringing the parasol, y'all.
Yeah, it's good to sit in the shade when we come to the beach to enjoy the sun.
I need the shade with no hair. It's I
yeah,
keep out of
do
the
you have
sun.
to put sunscreen right on the top of the head?
Yeah, but I try to wear a hat.
A little community self-defense from the solar rays, you know?
Can you imagine if we were neoliberal about it and everyone brought their own tiny umbrella? Like, that wouldn't work at all.
Oh man, what a disaster.
I feel like this is a good time to bring up, I brought a little cheese, some blueberries, and crackers, and I just want to share that with everyone because, yeah, I'm not shitty. I'm not a neoliberal. I'm a sharer. That's me.
Are you attacking me for bringing my own lunch sandwich? Like, I can share it or whatever. I just thought we'd all bring their own.
Whatever you want to do with your food, that's you. I just want to say I'm sharing my brie.
So I'm cutting my sandwich into quarters, and everyone can just help yourself. Not a neolib.
You can keep my quarter. I think you're hungry.
And so I need to confess that I only brought one book just for myself to read. Really want to apologize for that.
Oh, no worries. I just want to lay in the sun and relax. I'm not here to read. I'm not here to think.
I read on my days off, and I'm actually reading about an activist called Ella Baker. It's her biography of her whole life, talking about how there's many phases of being an organizer. That's what I find relaxing.
I'm just going to watch, like, the water and stuff. A true beach day, not, I'm researching for the revolution. Just beach day only, please.
That's just so great that we're all attuned to what we need and we're asking for it. And it's so great to be part of such healthy revolutionary culture, just like a great community of people supporting each other.
In the book I'm reading right now, Ella Baker is all about group-centered organizing and working together. So that's basically like what you're talking about. Right now, it's just talking about how when she was growing up, she was really influenced by her grandmother, who was telling her stories about slavery and leaving the South. And then when she grew up, she moved to New York for a while and started organizing there. She seems like really cool.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that. I think I just want to make sure that we're letting everyone relax in their own,
of course,
in their own way. So just
totally. I mean, it's just
One of us brought a book about Ella Baker. 3 of us chose to not bring a book about Ella Baker, and that's something we can all.
It's super interesting, but
it sounds interesting. For
brain
sure.
dead.
I'm gonna go ahead and open up the cheese just for anybody who wants it.
Don't mind if I do.
Maybe I'll eat some of this delicious cheese. Thanks so much for bringing it.
Yeah, you're
I
welcome.
got 2 sandwich halves to eat, so I'm gonna stay out of the cheese, but it looks great.
So you bringing the sandwich means more cheese for all of us.
Yeah, I snapped earlier. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. I'm sorry about the whole sandwich thing. I'm just a little hangry, sorry.
We all make mistakes sometimes, and we learn from them, and we grow as people and as organizers, so that's cool,
Oh, I couldn't help but overhear what you were saying about growing as organizers. Ella Baker, after she moved to New York, worked with the NAACP for 15 years, which is super long. And she started out working there as a secretary, and then in 1943, she was named the director of branches and started really pushing for decentralization of the leadership structure in the organization. And as director of branches, she traveled all over the country and formed a lot of relationships that seems like might be important to her later down the line. And in 1946, she left her full-time role and volunteered with the New York branch and became its president in 1952. So she was there for 15 years. She must have learned so much.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
We're cool about her.
Well, then in 1953, she resigned from the presidency and decided to run for the New York City Council. And she wasn't successful, but it's really cool that she tried to do that in the 1950s.
Yeah, it's experimenting with different things, seeing what works and learning from them. That's cool to hear.
Yeah, the persistence she's showing, I feel is really admirable.
Just we're persistently trying to enjoy a beach day without
there's
politics.
A lot of persistence going on in general today, but
I'm glad we could all agree that persistence is positive and admirable.
Frankly, it's this persistence that gets people out to the events when you're doing those follow-up calls. I'm more of an organizer. I'm in it for the glory, sort of short-term, conflict with the powers that be. Behind the scenes, come out to this event. Hey, how are you doing? Blah, not for me.
Yeah, we all know that.
It's so great to have so many different skill sets in our little community here. People who want to go out and do the big things, and people who want to do the behind the scenes, educating their comrades on a peaceful beach day. We really need the whole ecology of tactics here. That's what we have represented on this beach day. People who bring their own sandwich, people who bring cheese to share, many different types of organizers present, but I think we make each other stronger. We learn from each other.
Yeah, totally. Speaking of learning from each other, after trying to run for city council, she ended up working with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and she was hired as the associate director, the first staff person. At the time, there was actually mostly frustrating because she really clashed with a lot of the top-down leadership because she had such a focus on decentralized leadership and group-centered leadership. She persuaded them to invite a bunch of university students to the Southwide Youth Leadership Conference, and that's where SNCC was formed, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which coordinated the freedom rides of the 1960s. And her ideas about group-centered leadership and the need for radical democracy and social change were really able to spread through SNCC to student movements throughout the 1960s.
So it sounds like she learned a lot from growing as an organizer and then was able to share that with new people.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like you're learning a lot right now as well. And I'm getting some of it, I think. I might have dozed off for a minute, but...
Hey, some people have a nap at the beach. Other people keep on reading from their book out loud at the beach.
Look, I'm just saying, this is how I
No,
rest.
yeah, it's it's wonderful.
After working with SNCC, she continued to create and work with organizations through the end of her life, so she really never gave up. Later in her life, she helped form the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, which is an alternative to the Democratic Party in Mississippi. She worked on the Southern Conference Educational Fund that helped black and white students work together for social justice. And she helped form the Mass Party Organizing Committee, a socialist organization in New York City. So she really just went at it. She was just always doing new stuff and growing and learning from it and then applying it to new things, which I think is super cool because some organizers get really stuck in one place and they don't sort of take the lessons to the next step.
Okay, I got to admit, you've inspired me. I was resistant. I wanted a day off, but this is great. She sounds like an amazing woman.
Mm-hmm. I had a bit of attitude earlier too, but now that I have a full half of the sandwich, don't get me wrong, I originally expected to eat the whole sandwich. That's neither here nor there. But now that I've got a little something in my stomach, it is sort of interesting hearing about politics on my day off.
That's all I've got about her, actually.
So. Wait, there's no more? Oh, man. Just when I was getting into
more.
it, now there's no more.
I think looking inward at, why did I resist the politics at the beach? I think I had a bone to pick with Amy based on her out organizing me. So then I got this whole thing about no politics at beach day. I was just sort of needling at you. I'm sorry. I've got my own Ella Baker biography in my bag. I'm so interested in this. I was the dick. I'm sorry.
I would want to apologize too because I know that all the work that people do is valuable and we do need people to do all sorts of different things. So sometimes I do more behind the scenes work or you do more media facing work, but I know that we really all need to work together and play to our strengths.
This beach day is just turning out absolutely wonderful. This cheese is top. It's so good. Ella Baker, it's so good. The sun, so good. Just thank you, all of you, for coming with me.
That's why we want to create a future where every day is beach day.
Yeah, if you want. It's not
Every
an
day is
obligation,
optional beach day.
Mandatory, authoritarian beach day.
Yeah, that was such a great book. Now I'm just going to go enjoy the waves, so I'll see you all later.
Do you mind if I join you?
No, not at all.
If everyone's going to the water, yeah. I'm gonna get up. I'm coming.
I'm going to skip the water, everyone. I'm actually going to read more about Ella Baker because I want to learn more about how organizers develop over time because I've got a lot of developing to do.
That's great. Ooh, water. Let's do
Yay.
it. Yeah.
Surfing.